So today's a bit of a weird one, thanks to our last video, which was what, Ma?
Sticky sesame chicken.
Yeah, we had some background noodles, which is like a backup dancer, except for noodles. We literally just had them for the thumbnail at the beginning, but so many of you liked the look of them, they've asked for what, Ma?
The recipe of the noodles.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing today, and they are really easy.
Don't go away.
If you like this style of cooking, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the notification button to keep us on your feed. Right, so to start with, most takeaways I'm going to be using bought-in noodles. There are two particular brands. There's one that we favour over the others, and if you would like to know which one that is, comment below. But we do actually sell most of these ingredients, the exact brands the takeaways use on our web store, which is linked in the description below. And it does make a massive difference. You can see in the past us having massive arguments with people and then them literally coming with their tail between their legs going, yeah, you were right. It does make a massive difference. And it's all about the brands. Obviously the MSG as well, but the brands makes a massive difference. Even in the same brand in a Chinese supermarket has different ingredients than the same brand that you'd find in Tesco's, which is why we set up our store really. Anyway, that's by the by. So we got these wheat noodles here, don't we, Ma?
Yes.
What did we do with them then?
We boil it. No.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we boiled.
we did boil
We brought the water up to a rolling boil. Then we placed the noodles in for 4 minutes, take them out instantly, and then we drained them under cold water till they went cool, and we let them to drain for 20 minutes. Some takeaways are going to be putting oil in their hands and feeding oil through to keep them separated so they can use them straight away. But we tend to find if you let them sit, dry out, you get a better end quality product. Again, it's what you like. Do you. Do you.
Yeah, we do we.
Yeah, we do. We. So the way we're going to do these noodles today isn't particularly like any takeaway is going to do them anywhere, if I'm honest. This is very much home style cooking rather than Chinese takeaway cooking. We're only using the Chinese takeaway style noodles because we just really like them.
Yes.
But you can use any noodles you want. You can even use spaghetti.
Yeah.
Which Mum used to do for us a lot when we were kids.
Yes.
So first off, we're just going to use an onion. Cut the top off.
Half it?
Yeah. Peel it, obviously.
They can be a bit difficult to peel.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Normally I use my knife. For some reason I just...
Gone into a
It's too big.
relaxed mood.
Well, no, I was actually thinking don't move this off line of sight of the camera.
Right, okay.
Which made me forget how to cook. Probably been easier if I told it at the same time. So that's just the root. We want to take the root off. If you don't take the root off, you can end up with chunks that stick together, which isn't too much of an issue. It's just what it is. If you're not too worried about that, then that's fine. But so we're going to cut this onion. Normally when you cut meat, you want to go across the grain. You can see the onion has grain there. But when you do Chinese takeaway cooking, for onions, you want to go with the grain. Because what that does, it keeps the onion nice and long looking. Whereas if you cut across the grain, you get those onions that look like weird, weird rainbows. Mm. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just about aesthetics. So if you don't want to do that, don't. You want to slice it quite thinly, as much or as little as you want. There we go, now that's done. Set that to the side. Got a fair few spring onions here. And we're going to wash these. We just rinse them under water to get rid of a lot of the...
Sun.
Yeah, and then we're just going to cut them into about 1.5 inch battens. Measurements for this are below, and if you want the written recipes, as in like the methods and stuff like that, think about joining our Recipe Vault, which is our in-house Patreon. Supports the channel, helps us making the content, keep making the content, I should say. So yeah, thank you very much if you're already signed up to that. There's other perks as well. Like at the end of this video, I'll be shouting out Diamond members because their perk is if when they sign up for Diamond, they get a shout out in a video.
Yeah.
So I'm just halving these battens.
The green bits, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it's all green.
Oh, some a bit whiter than the other.
Okay, but
you know what I mean?
I've done it to all of them.
Yeah.
Set that aside.
Put it to one side.
And if you miss a couple, doesn't matter.
And a clove of garlic.
Yeah. So I'm just going to peel this bit of garlic. Then I'm going to smash it. That minces it. and come across it to make it extra fine. So just going to put a bit of salt onto this to make it like gritty, yeah? And then we're going to just come over the top, really mush that in and to make a really,
Paste.
yeah. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want to. It's really well mushed up now.
Yeah.
Minced, I should say, really. Minced. We've got some bean sprouts here. These are literally just from a supermarket, and all I've done is rinse them off. That just takes a lot of that woody flavour out of packets of bean sprouts. And
Yeah.
this is something we do in a takeaway, but what we actually do is we put them in a large, what are they called?
Basin.
Sink. Yeah, basin,
Yeah.
a sink. Like when I say large, I mean I could fit into it like twice. Fill it with water, put the bean sprouts in, and then we'll get like this isn't a good example, but we'd get like a chip basket kind of thing, you know?
Oh yeah, the old time
Yeah.
one, isn't it?
So
yeah,
they were
the
round
basket,
and they have
yeah.
holes.
Yeah.
And then in the water, we push down on the chip basket into the water, and then we have another sieve over the top to do this. Now, we don't have the space here to show you. And that gets rid of these little green bits and the little tail bits.
Yeah, the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just for show at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right.
So we haven't bothered, but I just thought to tell that's how we do it in takeaways.
Yeah, that's right.
So this recipe here isn't actually found in our cookbooks at all because it isn't a takeaway version. It's just like I said before. But our first cookbook is currently sold out. It's only on pre-order. It was set to be due between the end of March all the way to the end of April. That was very clear, but they have been held up, unfortunately. Printing nearly 3 times as much as I did the other times. And that's just held up the process. And also the shipping is taking longer than we expected as well, thanks to the troubles that are going on in the seas at the moment. It has happened before in the past, so we were very clear with that in the listing, so it has been stated there. And there have been a lot of rude emails of people who haven't read this. We will just refund you, and then you can go on your way and we'll go on our way. There's no need to be rude. Like, it's not our fault that you missed some information. We understand people miss information, but that is not our fault. It's been there from day one. This is not the first time we've done a pre-order, so we know what people miss, so we make sure things like that are highlighted. But to everyone else who understands, thank you very much. And our second cookbook, Part 2, is actually in stock. So, into the wok we put
Some vegetable oil.
a fair bit, because you want noodles to be oily. And this is on a high heat. So when your oil is hot, we're going to throw in onions. This one.
MSG.
Salt.
Hashtag MSG.
Salt.
Salt.
Now it's MSG.
Hashtag MSG.
And then we're going to brown off the MSG. Then we're going to add half of your minced garlic. Now you've got to be quick. You don't want to be burning it. Very quick, into the pan. Turn, off heat. Straight in with your noodles. You want to try and take that garlic off the base as soon as you can. So we're going to put the noodles in, flip them. Going to add a bit more salt. A bit more MSG. Move this around. And we're just going to let the noodles sit, and that's what gives you that wok flavour. You might be able to see in the camera down here that some of the noodles are starting to brown. That's that char flavour you get. That comes from the oil vaporising along with the sugars, proteins, and the MSG in the pan. A lot of people I get always say, I've tried your recipe and it doesn't taste like it does at home. And I've said that's because you haven't listened to me say let it sit for at least 15 or 20 seconds before you turn it to make sure you get that char. Then they come back and they say, yes, that's exactly what I missed. So when we give you little bits of information, we're not doing that to make it sound like we know what we're doing. We're literally trying to help you. So you stir, then let it sit for 15, 20 seconds. In a takeaway, this is much quicker. We'll let it sit for about 3 to 4 seconds, but it's still the same process. People who say you can't get it at home just don't understand chemistry. Okay, so now we're at this stage. We're going to throw in some dark soy, light soy. Takeaways aren't normally putting oyster sauce in, but we are. That's a common misconception. Touch of sugar. And then we're just going to cook this until all of those liquids have evaporated off. Using the same process. Stir, letting it sit.
That's very important.
Yeah. That's going to caramelise this up really nicely. Yeah. Now we're close to the end. I'm going to throw in our spring onions, the rest of your garlic, and you want to stir fry this off for about 30-40 seconds. That's just to take the rawness out of the garlic. The reason we do this twice is because garlic the first time, it gives you a cooked off garlic flavour, a nice subtle flavour. The second time we're leaving it slightly raw and it gives you a really deep garlic flavour. Two different kinds of garlic flavour that work really well together. But you don't want it too long, otherwise you'll cook it off and it will taste just like first garlic. Then near the end you want to add your bean sprouts. Always add them after your seasonings, that way they stay bright and vibrant, never before. What we're doing is just trying to get some good heat through those bean sprouts, and that's done. Right, so obviously because it's me and Mum, we're going to have to put some chilli on here.
Oh yes, chili.
But this is a very good, I know it's very good because we have it all the time. It's like our go-to noodle for mass parties because it's just...
It's like salt and vinegar in your fish and chips, isn't it?
What? No, it's nothing like that.
No, I mean for putting salt and vinegar in your fish and chips.
Not, are you talking about the chilies?
No, it's just like that. Like them, isn't it?
What are you talking about, the chilies?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the noodles.
Oh, you're talking two different things.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes.
Really mix that up.
Wow, look at that. Look at that noodle.
If they're not doing this and your ingredients aren't combining like they have here, it's normally two things. One, you've overcooked your noodles, as in you've boiled them too long. You've overcooked them in the wok after you've cooked them the first time, or you haven't used enough vegetable oil.
Wow, look at that. Thumbs up. My go-to fried noodle.
That two garlic phase makes all the difference, and that's very Malaysian style cooking because we're Malaysian Chinese chefs. That's not really a takeaway style cooking at all. It's something that I've grown up doing for years, and people have always gone, how do you get so much flavour out of your noodles? Again, I'll go back to MSG, but not just that, it's the double garlicking always works.
That's because we know how.
Yeah.
And the bean sprout, crunchy.
The bean sprout.
Bean sprout.
Oh, bean sprouts. Yeah, the bean sprouts. I normally hate bean sprouts. Actually, I used to hate bean sprouts, but as I mature, I'm starting not to mind them.
There's no word to describe it. Super amazing. So simple, yet so delicious.
Massively simple, massively delicious. Quite literally, when I'm in the kitchen at work, this is my lunch.
Yeah. And we sometimes put fried eggs to it.
What?
Sorry. I thought we were not on camera, sorry. Can you cut that bit off?
No, that's so good. Yeah, fried egg on top.
Yeah. Or we cook it in it with it as well.
Yeah, scramble
If
it.
you like to watch what we are describing, just comment.
Yeah, that recipe is in our new cookbook, which is Choo Staff Lunches. Been working on it for about 2.5 years now. Should be out summer this year.
I just love this. Look, we already nearly finished it.
I know.
Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Number one.
If you like this style of cooking, make sure to like, follow and subscribe. Hit the notification button to keep us on your feed, and make sure to comment because it really does help. So that's that for now. I genuinely wish I cooked
more.
Yeah, I actually cook, normally one noodles is one portion, right? One nest. We cooked 2 off and I was thinking, that'd be enough for me and you.
Yeah. But
it wasn't.
It's never enough.
No, it's never enough.
Too much. The
noodles, yeah.
Noodle done like this.
Yeah.
You can see that we just polish it to the ground.
Well, not to the ground because there's still some left, but we will do. And also, that's a new phrase.
What?
I'm going to polish it to the ground. What does that even mean? Sounds strong. And before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to the Diamond members before we go. We have David Thonger.
Dave Williams.
Yeah, that was really loud. You can do that again. Dave!
What's your word?
Eardrums.
Dave Williams.
Yeah. Gary Wiseman.
Scott Charrington.
I thought you weren't going to be able to say that because I nearly can't say that. Daniel Simmons.
Amy Fewings. Thank you, you diamond
people.
You diamond people. Diamond forever, ever.
I don't think that's a... Are you showing good diamonds are forever?
Yeah. No, thank you very much.
Yeah, no. Anyway, Thank you very much for watching, guys. Ma,
Happy cooking, happy eating.
until the next time, every Wednesday, by the way, videos. So, bye.
Ciao, ta-da.